And we open the door, and Pandora's box never goes closed again.
So literally, he dragged me along, or I went with him to a rugby AGM. You know, he says, "Hey, do you want to go?" I said, "Yeah, sure, we'll go." And I had met Jerry at a rugby league game about, I don't know, 3 weeks beforehand. And we were supporting rugby league, you know, cheering them on and stuff like that. And my dad introduced me to Jerry, and I said, "Hey, you know, I'm back in Jamaica and I'm working for myself. So therefore, you know, if you need any help with stuff, I'm happy to volunteer and help out." It was literally just as broad as that. That was it, right?
And we open the door, and Pandora's box never goes closed again.
That is exactly what happened. I got to the AGM, and before we even went into the AGM, Jerry says, "Hey, you know, do you want to be my vice chair?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "No, serious." It's like, no. I said, "I'm happy to volunteer, but no."
It's like, I feel like you misunderstood what was being said here. Like, yo, you want me to go find some water? Do you want me to, like, hey, I can talk to a few people to come to the games. I don't
know. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. Or if you need me to make a few calls or write a few letters, you know. I got you. Exactly. So, yeah, somehow when we left that meeting, I was vice chair.
You know what? Sometimes it's just like, sometimes it's a process. Sometimes it's a calling. Clearly, it was a calling that you never realized that it was meant to have.
Yeah, it was a calling I never knew I had. That's what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome